Is driving our adorably tiny rental car. Check this thing out. Some Chinese EV. It's tiny, but it gets the job done. Fa Chai, and welcome to the Hainan Museum. There is the Qing, and here's where we are. He is learning the history of the Earth Dragon right here. The Long, some kind of Long. And then, yeah, we got that too. This is the Bronze Age section. So yeah, they have all kinds of bronze goods. I like this guy's face. Some very nice artifacts. I like the detail on them. Very early days of printing. Basically, you've got a bunch of stamps in there that they would organize, and then you could stamp them and mark your papers. You also have these more intricate ones with the pictures on them. For the screens from when they started making the paper, basically they would take little pieces of bamboo and mix them up into a hot steamer for 8 days. Then after 8 days, they could turn it into a paste. They would put the paste into the tubs, and then you could dip the screen into the tub and pull it out, and it would make the sheets of paper. Some more intricate stamps. You can see they even have people on them and stuff. And then if you come over, this was actually on bone. They did some of the inscribing as well. It's a pretty simple breakdown of how it happens. So starting from this side, you mash up your bamboo, you mix it up, you cook it, you mix it up again, you put it in the vats, and then you use your screen to pull it out and turn it into sheets. And then you can write on it too. Have some little scale models of construction at the time, including the intricate roof work. There are the very nice bronze accents that they put in the roofs and ceilings. And up here, and look at that, very detailed. Very nice dragon textile behind us, and the jig that they would make them on. This is a replica of the Emperor's robes. It has the dragon in the middle. It's a little hard to show. Very nice. Got some fish outside in the fountain, always a fun feature. On the province we're in, which is an island off of the coast of Florida, is full of rainforests, and the rainforests have a bunch of rosewood. Rosewood became very popular for making furniture and household utensils. It's actually really nice in here too. It also has a distinct smell, which is why it's very famous. Some examples of rosewood furniture that the nobles would have enjoyed. This is a rosewood bed. It's got a built-in pillow. I don't know how comfortable it'll be or if I'd really trust laying on it, but they used to. We have some rosewood utensils. This is like a precursor to the chopsticks. It's little skewers that they would use one of, and then we even have the cups that they would carve. Some interesting stuff. It looks like dominoes, but those are ink marks, and they have the cups down below, and a bunch of other tools, including a bow drill. Cowbell. An example of how those nailless wooden structures were built. Basically, you have a little key and notch system, and it goes in and then slides, and then you can pick it up. Ching is showing us how it's done over here, locking together the supports. Oh, not quite. She's getting there. She's getting there. More channels that they go into. Oh, wow. Sturdy. Little books made out of blocks of wood. Basically, stacks of wood on top of each other with string strung through them, and then you can unfold it like a book. Now we are in the human history section where they explain the very early days of Hainan. Basically, right after a volcano formed it, there was an ice age, and then there were some very early inhabitants. Here's an example of one of the boats that the Chinese would have taken across from the mainland to the island of Hainan. They're very nice too. It's like a big sailboat. After the Chinese military began arriving, the local tribes just became part of China, and then they would send over intelligent people from the time period to help teach the locals about modern life. A very cool entrance to this part of the exhibition. Recognizing the strategic significance of the island in the 1300s, the Chinese military started moving in and fortifying everything. They also brought with them more modern humans who brought the science and technology that they were used to from home and the comforts. So it really began developing quickly in the 1300s. This is a model of what would have been a very large kiln that they would have heated many pots in. You can make the fires on the sides and it heats everything up. Yeah, mass production right there. Very smart. This is an early system of irrigating fields. So you would have the field behind you and your water source here, and you would spin the tracks, and they would push these paddles up and move the water along the track into the fields. Volcanic island, there's been a lot of lava in the northern parts, and they actually use lava as one of the main ingredients in their construction around here. Very sturdy. Oh, actually, that's pretty cool sounding too. Here is an old chicken coop. They would make these cages out of the bamboo with the ramps so the coyotes can't get them, and string them up high on their houses. The early houses they would have built, and they even have the pig pen underneath. Different style clothing from the tribes that had settled it. There were 5 different ethnic groups. So they were all one, but they split into 5 regions, so they all have their own little thing going on. Being an island, fishing was integral to eating here, so they would run the nets out into the ocean, often using the boats, it would seem, like that guy. And then they would have people on shore just pull it in, and then if you were lucky, you got yourself a basket of fish. Some little traditional boats. They would have their water-based villages, the houses on stilts, and then everybody would just get to cruise around on these things. Looks fun, too. That kid's having a great time. Also, some traditional Chinese medicine documents. You have the outlines of the human body. It's a little hard to load. Use the front camera so you can see it a little better. And then they have some of the herbs that they would use and a whole display of stuff. Great if people still dressed like traditional times. Look how fun those outfits are. These guys look like they're very happy under their umbrella. I'd love to be wearing it. Very cool. She is making the traditional style textile designs, feeding it through, and then sliding everything into place with the bamboo. Last stop on our museum tour is the food hall. This section is dedicated to the cuisine of Hainan. If you come right here, we've got this guy chopping up the coconuts. We have this machine right here, which I'm guessing is used to split the hard coconuts. I'm not sure though. We'll probably find out. And then he's got all kinds of fruit that were available. Of other fun cultural stuff. They have a traditional way of making coffee here where they would grind it up and cook it in a pan with butter and sugar, and then they also have their own tea. The coffee was added to their list of intangible cultural heritage things, so we'll probably be able to find that pretty easily. And apparently these tea shops are all over the place. What else is going on? Yeah, museum stuff, really. We also have this section. This thing's actually for milling. You would push down and it goes bung, 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 and that is how you would grind stuff up. Are the emperor masks from the tribes that initially inhabited the island. And then, yeah, this is an area set up like one of the old villages. Here's how they would build the traditional huts. You would weave the sticks together to make the frame, and then you would pass the weeds through and pass straw through, and you would get yourself a little home. This is an exhibition of an excavation that they did. They found underwater, as you can see from the scuba people, a boat that had sunk, and it has a bunch of pottery in it.